Hey planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia. This is another installment of our 2021 budget series. Today I am going to be going over the emergency fund. So if this is the first video that you are watching as part of this series, I will link below the first video so that you can watch the series in order if you choose. You don't necessarily have to watch them in order, but you'll have all of them linked by going to that first video. Tools that I'm using include the Budget Mom box set planners, her Budget by Paycheck workbook, the Erin Condren Daily Petite planner, and then my everything is captured here in the Erin Condren monthly planner. And so this is where I have been setting up 2021. In the back here I added extra notes pages, and so as part of this series we have done goals, we have done our 2021 budget so that we know what our annual, we don't quite know exactly what our annual income is going to be, but we're going to figure it out hopefully in the next 3 days before 2021. But we know and have a very good idea of what our 2021 annual expenses will be, which was important to know in advance of doing the emergency fund, and I'll show you why in just a moment. We have also done sinking funds, which was also important to know for the emergency fund because some sinking funds need to continue, and some sinking funds are part of our emergency fund. So we have that along with a visual tracker, and I think that's all we've done so far. So today we are doing the emergency fund, and so the reason it was important to do the annual budget first is because I'm going to do what I would need to cover 1 year of expenses, 6 months of expenses, 3 months of expenses, and 1 month of expenses. My goal is going to be my 1 month, which I will tell you now is about $5,000. Now, you may look at some of my items and say, that is not an emergency. Depends on what philosophy you follow. To me, for me, I feel like I want my dollar amount to cover all of my expenses. I did give up some things and let some things go. I looked at, what if I didn't pay student loans as an example, because I know I can call them and say, hey, can you put this in deferment? So I'll have that number as well. And then I also looked at like revolving fund debt. Let's say I have to dip into my emergency fund. I can't pay my bills. I'm incapacitated. I don't know, whatever the reason may be. So I did like certain debt, not calculating that. It's still like $3,800. So my goal is $5,000. That's just, it's what it is. So anyway, I needed to know what these annual amounts were so that I knew what I would need to cover 1 year of expenses. And so this is $59,045, less, some of the sinking funds, because I didn't include all of them. Like if we're in an emergency situation, our sinking fund is not necessary. Our beauty sinking fund is not necessary. So I did take those types of things into consideration, but there are some things, that the sinking funds cover that would still need to be paid. And so that is still factored in. As an example, taxes. The IRS is going to get their money one way or another, so we might as well go ahead and continue to cover that. So just an example. So anyway, I needed to calculate these first because I needed to know what's 1 year of example paying for my home going to cost me. What is 1 year of groceries costing me? What is 1 year of car insurance costing me. And so once I had the annual amount, I could break it down to what does it cost for 6 months? What does it cost for 3 months? What does it cost monthly? And so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to set that up, and I'm going to do this visual as well. So this is my emergency fund little kit in the blue that is available on Studio Bliss Co., which is my Etsy store. You can also get the same emergency fund kit in pink. So I am going to put that here. And I'm going to attempt to lay this down straight. Okay, so Petey's here. I have my my little heater, so of course, you know, he's laying in front of the heater because I brought it in here just for him. You see how he does me? He acts like I don't have him in the emergency fund. It's just wrong. He's so spoiled. Okay, so we'll come back to the little totals. We'll put that at the bottom. I am going to attempt to draw some lines straight. And I'm going to draw them in pencil because I know that this is a limitation for me. I don't know why the drawing lines stresses me out. Like, first of all, I can't have crooked lines. That would just, that's like crooked stickers. That's just not going to work for me. So that's probably why it stresses me out. All right, last one. This would be the one that's not exactly straight. So, let's see what we have here. I think that I am going to do some different colors. So the first thing we have is, actually I'm going to write down all the categories and then I'll come back and fill in the numbers. So the first thing is home, housing, and then we have utilities. This is water, sewer, trash. And then we have SMUD and PG&E, which are also utilities. It's gas and electric, where I live. Phone, which also includes internet. Car insurance. Home insurance. Gas for the car. Groceries so that we can eat. Household items. So this is like toilet paper, laundry detergent, toothpaste, toiletries, that type of stuff. Sinking funds. And again, I did remove certain categories. We have an IRS payment. And then There is one loan that I need to pay, like, no matter what, so it's not included in my other debt. And so I added in, even though this is a business expense, I don't know what the emergency would necessarily be. So I went ahead and still added in HP Instant Ink, Microsoft, and sticker paper, in hopes that I could still run a business and bring in some income. So when I added up the items, you're going to see 3 sets of totals. One does not include these things, and also does not include the student loans, and does not include debt. So the next total does include the student loans, and then the last total includes everything. So then the last thing is debt, and I call this debt BL, which is below the line. And I got that from like Dave Ramsey when he talks about paying things above the line and paying things below the line. Now, you know, if this was a Dave Ramsey emergency fund, I probably would be paying for home utilities, car insurance, phone, home insurance, gas, groceries, and that's about it. This is a Nia budget, so an emergency fund, so we're gonna pay what we want to pay. Okay, so I'm gonna put my little total strip on here, and you know, your emergency fund is personal to you, so do you. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. I follow a lot of different financial people, and I don't have it perfect, but I have what works for me, and I recommend that you do what works for you. Okay, so looking at our numbers, let's make sure. Okay, so we're going to start with the monthly amount. So the monthly amount for home is $1,700. The monthly amount for utilities is approximately $170. I averaged it because it fluctuates for water, sewer, and trash. SMUD and PG&E, we'll say $100, which is really, I kind of lowballed that in hindsight. Phone is $125. Car is $525. Car insurance. So I went ahead and did car insurance. My policy is going to renew in January, and it should go down considering we're not going anywhere, but I don't know. So I just went ahead and used 2020 numbers. What year is it? 2020. I used 2020 numbers. Home insurance is $22.52. I typically set aside $100 a month for gas. I haven't been using that, but I went ahead and still used 2020 numbers. $200 a month for groceries, which also is a little high. The nice thing about going a little high on some of these is that I know that if I needed to, I could scale it back rather than going low and being like, that's really not enough money. Household is $60. Sinking funds is $300. And so if you will recall, my sinking funds totaled $470. So $300 means that is $170 less because I did not include every category as an emergency. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. Okay, so the IRS is $125. The loan is $116.74. Instant Ink I recently upgraded, so it's $20.46. It could go back down to 10. I think it was $10.75. So it doubled recently because I'm printing a lot more with the sticker business. $6.99 for Microsoft, and sticker paper, we're gonna say $108.33 a month, which is actually pretty high as well. And then the debt below the line is $684.12, and that is all revolving funds, revolving debt. I forgot student loan, and that is $425. Okay, so the total for I'll come back to it. So then the next column is my 3 months. So 3 months for home is $5,100. For utilities, it's $510. Smud and PG&E, $300. The phone is $375. Car is $1,575. Car insurance is $393 and some change. Home insurance is $67.56. Gas is $300. Groceries is $600. Household is $180. Sinking funds is $900. IRS is $375. The loan is $350. Instant Ink is $61.38. Microsoft is $20.97. Sticker paper is approximately $325. The debt below the line is $2,052.36, and the student loans are $1,275. Okay, so then we have 6 months. 6 months in the home is $10,200. Utilities is $1,020. $600 for Smud and PG&E. $750 for the phone. $31.50 for the car. $787.56 for car insurance. $135.12 for home insurance. $600 for gas. $1,200 for groceries. $360 for household. $1,800 for sinking funds. $750 for IRS. $700 for the loan. $122.76 for the ink. $41.94 for Microsoft. $650 for sticker paper. $41.04.72 for debt, and $25.50 for student loans. And then last we have for 1 year. So the home is $2,000, or I wish it was $2,000. It is $20,400 for a year. Utilities are $2,040. Smud and PG&E is $1,200. The phone is $1,500. And again, the phone does include internet. The car is $6,300. Car insurance is $1,575. Home insurance is $270.24. $1,200 for gas. $2,400 for groceries. $720 for household items, $3,600 for sinking funds, $1,500 for the IRS, $1,400 for the loan. Ink is $245.52. Microsoft is $83.88. Sticker paper is roughly $1,300. Debt is $82.09.44, and the student loan payment is $5,100. Okay, so now we've got our full year there, and so I'm gonna give you 3 totals. Necessities, in my opinion, they might not be necessities to you, with the student loan and with debt below the line, which is basically what I'd like to pay. So for 1 month, necessities would be $38.11.30. With the student loan payment, it would be $42.36.30, and with everything, it would be $49.20.42, which I just rounded up to $5,000. This little dog is in here snoring, living his best life, snoring. So rounded up to $5,000. For 3 months, necessities would be $11,433.90. With the student loan, it would be $12,708.90, and with everything for $14,761.26. So again, I just rounded up. That is $15,000. 6 months would be $22,867. With the student loan, $25,417, and with everything, $29,522. And again, I rounded up to $30,000. And then lastly, for a year, it would be $45,735 for necessities, $50,000 for $50,835.60 with the student loan, and with all the debt, it would be $59,045.04. So this is $30K rounded up and $60K rounded up. So I'm not going to save $15,000 or $30,000 or $60,000 this year, but my goal is to save this $5,000, which you're probably like, that's only going to cover you for a month. Like, why bother? It's better than nothing, 1. 2, like I said, necessities to me is $3,800. I could probably really stretch it and make $5,000 cover 2 months if I needed to. But that is me trying to pay the most I can if I were in that situation. So what I'm going to do on this page is make myself a visual tracker as I am saving and funding this emergency fund. And this is I think I got this from Debt Free Charts, so I'm pretty sure you can get it for free. And each leaf for my goal of $5,000 is going to be worth $50. And by the way, I printed this on sticker paper so that I could stick it on here. So I will have this visual where I'm coloring in each leaf every time I save $50 for my emergency fund. And then this is my reference to know, you know, what is it going to cost me to sustain my lifestyle, or even a scaled back lifestyle, over the course of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year, should I need to. So when we talk about having like a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, now I know how much I need to save to have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, whether it's 15,000, 30,000, or something in between. You know, we're in the middle of Cousin Roro coming to visit, so if I weren't working, we're on month 10, I'd probably be hosed. But you know, if I weren't working and needed to survive on an emergency fund, this is the amount of money that I would need to continue my lifestyle as it is now, to continue it scaled back, and not feel stressed out because I don't have enough money. And so that's ultimately what, for me, having an emergency fund is all about. It may be something different for you. I'd love to discuss it with you further in the comments and hear you know, what your ideas are. If you find this helpful, if you have suggestions, if you have questions, if you want to know how I came up with something, I definitely look forward to that and would love to engage with you in that discussion. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully you got some ideas from this video, and I will see you for the next budget series. Until next time, bye.